Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. coinage, and specifically, we'll be exploring the 1980 Washington quarter with a D mint mark, struck at the Denver Mint. At first glance, this coin might look like just another quarter you'd find in your change, but when you take a closer look at its history, its design, and even its potential collector value, it becomes clear that this is more than just 25 cents. History of the Washington Quarter. The Washington Quarter has been a staple of American coinage since 1932, when it was first introduced to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Designed by sculptor John Flanagan, the quarter features Washington's portrait on the obverse, or the front of the coin, while the reverse showcases a heraldic eagle with wings spread, perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath. This design remained in circulation for decades, right up until the state quarters program began in 1999. By the time we get to 1980, the Washington Quarter was already nearly 50 years old as an American classic. The 1980 D Quarter. Now, let's focus on the specific coin we're talking about today, the 1980 Washington Quarter minted in Denver, as indicated by the small D mint mark located just to the right of Washington's ponytail on the obverse. This coin was struck in a composition of copper and nickel, commonly referred to as a clad coin. The outer layers are made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, while the inner core is pure copper, giving the coin that faint reddish hue along its edge. Each coin weighs about 5.67 grams and measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter, the standard size for quarters of its era. Historical context of 1980. It's also worth pausing for a moment to reflect on the time period. The year 1980 was a pivotal one in American history, marked by political shifts, economic struggles, and cultural changes. This was the year Ronald Reagan was elected president, the U.S. was dealing with inflation and energy crises, and pop culture was booming with everything from Star Wars to Pac-Man. In the midst of all this, everyday transactions were taking place with coins like the 1980 D quarter, which were mass-produced and circulated nationwide. Mintage and availability. The Denver Mint struck an enormous number of these quarters, over 518 million pieces in total. With such a high mintage, it's no surprise that the 1980 D is considered a common coin. Even today, more than 40 years later, they still show up in circulation regularly. For that reason, most examples carry only face value, meaning they're worth just 25 cents in worn condition. But as with all coins, the story doesn't end there. Collector value and grades. When we talk about coin collecting, condition plays an absolutely vital role. While a well-circulated 1980 D quarter won't fetch more than its face value, uncirculated examples, especially those that grade high with sharp details and lustrous surfaces, can be worth a few dollars. In mint state grades like MS65 or higher, these coins start attracting collector interest. And in superb gem conditions, such as MS67, the price can jump significantly, with some examples selling for over $100 at auction. The real gems are those few coins that survive in pristine, untouched condition, standing out from the hundreds of millions that were handled in everyday commerce. Varieties and errors. Another fascinating aspect of the 1980 D quarter is the potential for varieties and mint errors. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins with double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or other striking anomalies. While no major variety is specifically famous for the 1980 D quarter, error coins from this year can still command a premium, sometimes far more than a standard high-grade example. If you're sorting through your pocket change or coin rolls, it's worth keeping an eye out for something unusual. Why collect this coin? So, you might be asking, why collect a 1980 D quarter when it's so common? The answer lies in the joy of numismatics. Coins like this are a gateway into history. They connect us to the past, to the people who used them, and to the stories of their time. For beginner collectors, the 1980 D is an affordable and accessible way to start building a collection. And for experienced collectors, hunting for that flawless high-grade example or a rare error is part of the thrill of the hobby. Conclusion. In the end, the 1980 D Washington Quarter may not be rare, and most examples won't make you rich. But it represents a piece of America's story, a story of tradition, everyday commerce, and the enduring legacy of George Washington's image on our nation's coinage. Whether you keep one in your collection for its historical significance, or you simply enjoy the hunt for high-quality examples, this coin is a reminder that even the most common change in our pockets carries value beyond the numbers stamped on it. Outro. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the 1980 D Washington quarter. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin history and collecting tips, and leave a comment below. Do you have a 1980 D quarter in your collection? Maybe even a high-grade one? I'd love to hear your stories. Until next time, happy collecting, and may your pocket change always hold a little treasure.